Hey y'all, it's Daff. I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. So, Deanna sent me an email. Deanna, thank you so much for your sweet email. And she was wanting to know, did any of my family, husband, or friends try to get me to go into treatment? So, I would say probably about close to 2 years ago, my daughter went to treatment. And after she was gone, that's when I really started drinking even more, because all in about a 6 weeks period, my son moved to Colorado. My husband moved, well, he started working in Texas, got a house out here and would go back and forth. And then my daughter went to treatment. So, like I said, that's when I really started drinking a whole lot more. And then when she got out, obviously, I kept on going. And my husband had made the comment, maybe you should try it. Maybe it would help. And I was like, no, I can stop. Obviously, that didn't help. I mean, it didn't work. So he had thrown it out a few times, but I honestly think that he was, I don't know. I think that he was saying it to keep me from drinking, like thinking that if I knew I would have to go, that I would stop. So fast forward to the summer, I guess, it was the week, that last week of July. I was just done, I was just over it. And I did not set out on going to treatment. My plan was to go to detox, and which I thought was for like 3 days. And I knew once I got out of treatment what I would do. I knew that I would probably come straight home and start drinking. And so that week had just gotten so bad. Like I've said before, I don't work. And all I would do is wake up, go to the gym, and come straight back home. A lot of times I would go shopping just so I wouldn't be sitting at home thinking if I wasn't here that, I was buying a little bit of time on drinking. But then I would go to Nordstrom and go to their bar, or I'd go to Whole Foods to go grocery shopping and drink a glass of wine from the bar while I did my grocery shopping. Needless to say, going grocery shopping has changed. And it's weird going into Whole Foods now and seeing everybody sitting up at the bar. But, it's not weird, but it just used to be me. But anyway, so it was just 24 hours a day. And I don't know. I just woke up that one morning and just, like I said before, I just drank that day. And my mom was in town and I was trying to hide the wine in a coffee cup. And then finally I was like, screw this. And so I started drinking probably like 11 o'clock. And I think I drank more because she was here and I was trying to hide it. But fast forward through the day, I honestly can't remember. I blacked out, apparently. And, obviously, because I know I did. And I remember that I drank all the vodka that was here. And I don't remember how much it was. I know it wasn't enough because I wanted more. I'd say probably about... because it was early on, so maybe like that much out of whatever the thing is with the handle. And I know I had 2 bottles of wine, and it could have been 3, but I know for sure it was 2. And then I remember a couple of beers, and then that's all I remember. And from that point, it was just like I was drinking more because I was thinking about the person that I had become, and I was just hating myself, knowing that I had so much in life that I could be doing. But yet had this grip on me that I could not break. I could not shake it. And I felt so helpless. And so, long story short, my husband, he said I came into his office and was crying, telling him I couldn't do it anymore, that I needed to go to treatment. I needed to go to detox. And so he said I was just crying hysterically, which I remember bits and pieces. And then he said it took him about 4 hours calling everywhere around Houston and the surrounding areas, trying to get me a bed and this, that, and the other, and waiting to hear back. And fast forward, he packs me up, takes me that night. I think it was like 8:30 or 9:30. He said that the bed was going to be ready, and I do remember. Apparently, I came back and I begged him to stop to get wine on the way to detox, and I remember some cheap ass wine from the freaking gas station in those like Woodbridge or oh god, you do what you got to do, and so I go to detox, and I'm there for supposed to be, I think, 3 days is what I was told, I think, or what they told my husband. After the fact, I learned all of this, but I was having hallucinations so bad that they were afraid that I was going to have to be taken out to the hospital, and they surely didn't want to release me. So each day prolonged into 6 days, and after I guess it was on the 5th day, a girl that was in there was going to a treatment center that is affiliated with the detox that I was in. And so she wanted to go. I mean, she didn't want to go. And so she started telling me about it. And I was like, I wonder if I should do that. And the more I thought about it, I knew when I left what I was going to do. I just wanted to dry out, and I wanted to control it, because as alcoholics, you can do controlled drinking because it's worked so great for me in the past. So I talked to the people there, and found out it was a 90-day program, which I was fine with, because I figured the longer, if I committed to something like that, it was going to be much better than anything less. And I figured if I was going to put 90 days of my life, 90 days compared to no life is a small ass amount of time. So anyway, they called my husband, and he thought that they were kidding. He thought I was crazy. He was like, Daphne will not want to do that. She's not going to want to go somewhere for that time. And then they said it was her idea. So the next day, I was able to go. And it's just funny because everybody there was like, why are you so happy? I'm like, because I'm grateful to be alive. Why how many times have you been in treatment? I'm like, I've never been. And they're like, you would choose 90 days. And it's so funny because I don't think I came in contact with one person there that was that was surprised. Everybody was surprised. It was as humorous now. I get it because I see how terrified people are of going, especially for 90 days. But again, I'm thankful and grateful and so blessed to be sitting here having this conversation with you guys. But yeah, I would say as far as friends go, I have a really good friend back at the beach. She would ask me things about it, but I think with our friendship, she would call my husband, like if she couldn't hear from me, and at days on end, sometimes I would just shut my phone down and I would just stay in and not even leave. I would just drink. He was traveling, so I talked to him in the morning and at night, and but for the most part, I would keep my phone turned off. Then it would worry him when he couldn't get me, and but she reached out to him a couple of times when she couldn't get me. But then a lot of times he would be at home when I would do it as well. He just didn't see how much I was drinking. I would just tell him I just didn't want to talk to anybody. But yeah. So yeah, I don't think those words ever came out of her mouth. And as far as my family goes, they didn't really know what treatment was, and like my mom, she told me that I could quit drinking if I just didn't buy it. And I was like, God, you're so smart. I'd never think of that. So yeah, this whole addiction is something that is not known outside of my little bubble and the rest of our families. Like, no one's ever dealt with anything like this. And if they have, I don't know about it. And if they have, apparently it's gone untreated, because I have never heard about any of them, getting help and going to treatment. So, and like I said before, my father was an alcoholic that passed away, and I never knew him. So I don't know if he ever went. I don't know if his family went. Anyway, so that's that. And I hope you guys have a great day. And thanks again, Deanna.